I kind of feel like I still even have like a self-doubt where I'm like, I can't do what that man does. And I hate saying that, like I literally hate the fact that I say that, but I think that it's just it's so ingrained that you have these like visions of what someone doing a certain thing looks like or is like, or what gender they are. That like it's really hard to retrain your brain to not think that way.
Hi, how are you? And congratulations for being on the podcast.
Thank you for choosing me.
A couple of months ago, I got an idea and I saw Xylo's Instagram and I called her and I was like, hey, I have an idea. Let's make a documentary that follows a woman learning to produce. That's why we set up the competition in the first place, kind of sneaky way to get us find a person that we could make this documentary about.
We both really liked your application, and seems like you've done some cool stuff already, and that production could really help you.
Yeah.
And just want to say, you know, we started, you know, not ages ago, and if we can do it, then other women definitely can as well.
At school, I always thought I can't do science, I can't do maths, I don't have a technical brain, I don't have a brain that would allow me to do complicated things like produce. So I kind of just haven't. I feel like I've had this like barrier stopping me from learning to do it, because I possibly have maybe been a bit fearful that I can't do it, but I think that might be not true.
Very nice evening. Nice to meet you.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye. Oh my god.
I think that was it. That was it. That was everything that we were looking for, wasn't it?
Like her fears, everything she mentioned is the fears that everyone has, like all women have. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm really excited.
So my name's Mel Uye Parker, and I'm a Ableton certified trainer.
I'm in currently like an electronic duo, but I don't do any of the electronic stuff. And like, whilst that's fine, that's what but we both really want that to be the case, that I'm like singer, electronic elements, like using like basically push live would be great.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for. Because right now I feel like I can't even like make it essentially like a full demo, because I don't have I could record a bit of piano and sing, but I beyond that, I don't have like the skill set to make what's in my head a sonic reality.
Even knowing what those possibilities are as well, right? So like knowing like what your sound palette is. I think today we can look at session view and then like the different types of effects.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it all depends on where you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shall we just crack on?
It's definitely going to take me some time to like obviously understand. I'm just like, I know I can learn to do that, even though it's like still feels really complicated to me. So it feels like less intimidating in the sense that like I can see what the process is now.
Just go like this a bit. You can come on.
Okay. Hi. Really cool to like learn from a woman, basically.
Yeah.
I've not had that experience with
Production.
in music before, but really, and in production. So yeah, it was really cool to learn from Mel. So that was it was great.
You want the sweet life out of your eyeline. and you're feeling just fine. Know the power of refraining. The patterns, they are so insane here. In our power to reframe this.
We're at Abbey Road Studios in the Institute right next to it. So so they run their own school for production and sound engineering, and they've been super nice to let us kind of record in here today.
So Hannah has a demo of a song that she's created.
Cool. So hopefully we'll have a demo to show Olga tomorrow.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, because that's going to be exciting. So it's like, this is like quite intense weekend for you, like
it's
everything.
good, intense is good. Throw yourself in at the deep end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel less panicked, shall we say, than I did yesterday. More that it's possible for me to do it now. So
yeah. That's awesome. Okay, let's start working.
Welcome to my little South London flat.
Oh, this is so cool.
This is me. Come on in.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Yeah, I've crammed a lot in, to be fair.
Yeah, like nice little setup here.
Yeah, very
Studio?
nice. Yeah, it happens.
Like, this is way more than I had when I first started.
So much more.
Headphones and my laptop is what.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I think I had like a crappy headphone with the like mouthpiece microphone.
Pretty much.
That's what I was.
So where do you think like learning to produce music can take your music?
I think the main thing for me is autonomy,
Yes.
and like self-sufficiency.
Being in control.
Yeah. So like coming into this whole experience, I think I was like nervous in a good way, but also nervous in the way that I was like, what if I can't do it? Like, what if I actually can't learn to do it?
Do you think after the session today that we went through, you can see yourself getting there, or does that seem more plausible than maybe it did before?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, after today, like when we've literally put together the entire infrastructure of a track now, like, and like I did that, I kind of feel like I still even have like a self-doubt where I'm like, I can't do what that man does. And I hate saying that, like I literally hate the fact that I say that, but I think that it's just it's so ingrained that you have these like visions of what someone doing a certain thing looks like or is like, or what gender they are, you know, that like it's really hard to retrain your brain to not think that way. Do you always need to have a separate like producer and mix engineer? Like, is that, you know?
I mean, there's definitely the thing of like, if you've done a demo and everyone loves it, and you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're producing a track and you're recording your own vocals, you're engineering.
Yeah.
And if you're producing a demo and at the end of it there's a mix, then you're mixing.
Yeah, she's right.
If you've recorded something and mixed it and it ends up being a record that people like, then you know, you can't really argue with that. You can't say, oh, I'm not a proper engineer because I didn't learn at Abbey Road. It's like you've just like produced, recorded, mixed a hit single.
You said you just don't see yourself as a techie person. Like, you don't have a techie brain.
I don't see myself as a techie person.
That's great.
But in terms of working the studios, you know, I think if you read the manuals and you spend time, like, I think most people can figure out enough. If you're designing software or designing mixing desks, you absolutely need that. But if you're just using them, you know, they're designed for normal people to use.
Learning to produce has really created a shift in me Firstly, I've had to learn to drop the perfectionism and tell myself it's okay that what I'm creating doesn't sound like a complete or polished production, or even like what's in my head. I keep telling myself this whenever I get into the headspace of thinking that I can't do it. Learning how to use Ableton too has definitely started to demystify the process of production and allowed me to have a language to talk about music in a new way. It's also allowed me to be creative in new ways too, which has been really exciting. And I think the experience as a whole has really shifted my perspective into just understanding that I can start from where I am and use what I have. And also another really big thing is the power of when women support women. I guess, you know, pushing other people in the right direction. So that's been a very powerful part of the experience too. The advice I would give to others who want to learn or who are just starting to learn production is just start, because the hardest part is starting, and it takes me a while to get into it and it can be pretty frustrating at times, but like with anything, once you're doing it, you're doing it. The fears and the apprehension you have are not unique to you, and they're asking for help and guidance, and joining networks really can be like a key source of inspiration and give you the drive to continue and develop your skills. Women who are looking to produce, that it can feel like it's not for you, but it is. There's nothing about it that's not for you, so persist with it and keep going.